Alright, so welcome back to another video. So today's video is very important because for a very long time I've been waiting for something unique to come up in the market on a seafront location. So as we already have seen in my previous video, I've already explained it, but Emaar Rashid, the Rashid Yalcin Marina location, why it holds that kind of an importance, because Emaar is building a community and they have started with the price per square feet of minimum 17 to 1800 with the very first tower inside that community. Now one by one, after each and every phase, they went to the second phase, which I will later on explain in this video. Where was the first phase, where was the second phase? Now I've been waiting for something unique to come inside this community, because right now the prices have jumped more than 3,500 in this location of Rashid Yalcin Marina. Now Emaar always, is the best, safest option available right now in the market, because whenever they build any kind of an infrastructure, they try to create that kind of a lifestyle, which always, keep attracting the families, the tourists and everything, because they have a complete, strategy how to run a community, and which is the main reason why, their community never depreciates in the market. And we have seen it in the past, whenever anything happens in Dubai, Emaar property always holds their value because of their past credibility. And outside of China, this is the biggest developer we are talking about right now. So let's get straight to the point. So right now Emaar have come up with a new launch. The briefing is tomorrow, but I will try to give as much information as I can, because one of my investors who was looking for a hotel to buy in Dubai, I think this makes a lot of sense, because in this you can leverage out your payments through 4 years time, and you will see your investment grow in the next 4 years until the handover. Also, this is the only branded residences in the whole community, and the price per square feet makes a lot of sense, which is why I'm making this video. So in the previous videos, we were discussing this location of Maritime City of Beyond's development, which also has a different kind of investment proposition, which we can discuss later. But right now, today's video is all focused on Emaar Rashid. So Emaar have launched their first phases on this part. And they launched some of the buildings which were facing towards the sea, and there's some of the buildings which were only facing towards the world's third largest canal pool, which they are building inside this community. Now, Emaar have big plans for this community, and they want this community to succeed. Also, this coastal line also holds a lot of value because of its close proximity to our current DXB International Airport and our beautiful downtown Sheikh Zayed Road. All kinds of connectivity that you are seeing are very nearby to this specific location. Also, there are some bridges being built. The Infinity Bridge infrastructure is undergoing a finishing phase right now. After that, every resident of this community of Emaar Rashid, or even at the Maritime City, they will be completely disconnected from the old Dubai traffic, and they can take directly those bridges, and they will be connecting towards the Jumeirah Road. They will be connecting towards downtown as well. Now, Emaar, when they were launching one by one each and every tower in this phase, they started off with 1700 AED, and one by one they increased the prices, and they took the prices to 2500 AED until the first phase end. And then after that, Emaar launched some of the buildings such as Pier Point 1, Pier Point 2, Porto View and Marina Place, which was the second phase of this community on this specific belt, which was directly facing towards the sea. Now, by this time, the prices have already jumped to 3,580 max. Now, this is what Emaar does. Emaar always safeguard interest of their investors. They try to increase prices by each and every launch by 5 to 10% depending on the demand of that time. Now, they are coming up with the branded residences, the first ever branded residences on this location. We don't know the location as yet, but I'm expecting it should be somewhere here or this part, which will directly be facing the sea. As per the renders which came up in the market right now, which I will share with you if you can contact me on my given number. But you know how it goes in Emaar. Whenever they launch something on this community, it always got picked up either by investors or the residents of the country, or even the people who are planning to relocate inside this beautiful city of Dubai. They actually always, never let go of this kind of a premium location in Dubai. Now, the price per square feet on the Vida launch, which is named as Base Star, will be starting from somewhere around 3,600 to 4,000 dirham price per square feet. So current launch, we should expect right now the prices to vary from 36 to 4,000 dirham. Now, this is the only first ever branded residences, which is why I'm focusing on the bulk category, because if you were to pick up at this price point, because after that Emaar will also bring address and palace as well inside this beautiful community of Rashid Dawson Marina, and it's a very full-fledged community, and they have very big plans to make this community successful. And also the upcoming metros will also be connecting Maritime City and Rashid Dawson Marina as well. So 100% this location will make you money. But right now at this price point, if you were to buy a branded residences inside this community, and if you pick up a bulk, I will tell you how you can leverage it. But if you were to pick up a bulk at this price point, you have a very highly likely chance to control the supply, and you can set your own price at the time of the handover or nearby to the handover. Or even if you're just buying to rent these kinds of properties, you have a very high probability to refinance these kinds of properties, because these properties after the handover always being evaluated at such a higher price point. Why? Because we have seen in Emaar Beachfront, if you were to pick up a floor plan in a branded residences, right now the 2 beds are being sold for more than 6 million dirham, and the size of the apartment and the floor ranges and the floor plan, everything varies. But again, the floor plans which are directly facing towards the sea, you will be finding nothing less than a 6 million dirham mark. Right now Emaar is launching at minimum 4.5 average prices. We are yet to see like the full sea facing unit how much it will range, but they have given us the ranges of 4.8 to 5.5. So the front facing units, I'm expecting with the mid floor range, minimum will be varying from 4.8 to 5 million dirhams. You have 100% chance to make a million dirham premium by the time it will be handing over. Now, this was already known to the market that after this specific part and after this specific part, the prices will reach to minimum 6,000 dirham at the end of this launch. This is the same thing happened with the latest launch of the Bristol in the Emaar Beachfront, when Emaar launches at more than 5,000 dirham price per square feet, because that's how Emaar goes. So same thing is going to happen on the Maritime City as well. Once Omniat will be done with all of their launches on this side, they will be launching their ultra luxury hotel with the price per square feet of minimum 9,000 or 8,000 dirham price per square feet, which already make your proposition very unique if you were to enter inside a community where there is a supply of minimum 2,000 to 3,000 apartments, and your asset will keep on appreciating because there is nothing like this available inside the whole community. And there is a niche, there is a 1% niche of the people who are always looking for something very unique. So this is basically a chart of trajectory of the prices, what happened with the Vida on a seafront location of Creek Harbor. Now this is the Vida which was launched in 2022, so it's a very very 3 years data, so that it's very close by. You can understand the trajectory, what has happened in 3 years time. So it started with the average price was started with 1,700 dirham price per square feet. By 2023, with a very stable growth, it reaches to 2,100 dirham price per square feet. Then it reaches to 2024 in 2,400, and now in 2025, in which the year have already passed like more than 6 months, the price per square feet is averaging around 2,600, more or less 2,700 dirham price per square feet. Now this is the only example of the Vida I have, because on Dubai Marina it's a completely hotel, so there is not much data available. But Vida and Address and Palace by Emaar always performs on the occupancy rate. The other case studies we have is in Dubai Hills Estate and downtown, which are not the suitable comparison with it, because it's not on the seafront location. So I try to compare apple to apple to give you an understanding of the price expectation that you can predict in the next coming few years. Now, to understand what has happened in the coastal line of Dubai with these kinds of development, this is another data which can show you, give you some kind of an idea. In the previous video of my Beyond, I was explaining that on the Palm, if you were to go for something ultra luxury, high end, the price per square feet is more than 9,000 to 10,000 dirham price per square feet. In some cases, 7,000 as well. But on an average, if you were to find out, because there are other developments as well which does not meet the criteria of ultra luxury, they are priced at 4,000 to 5,000 dirham price per square feet, and some which were the very old construction, you will find a little lower price per square feet in that, which are not the best comparison of today's market of plan properties. So just to understand an average price per square feet, right now it's more than 4,000, like if I were to say 4,000 plus on Palm. And Jumeirah Bay, we are seeing more than 6,000. It is showing the average price, but as when I have checked the data of the transaction and everything, it is more than 10,000. But again, just to take an idea what has happened on the seafront location and the coastal line of Dubai, it's more or less close to 8,000. Then Blue Waters. In Blue Waters, this is basically right now the actual data for the Blue Waters. So Blue Waters is right now standing at minimum 5,000 AD. Now on Emaar Beachfront, the average price per square feet is showing 2,000 and close to 4,000. Now, if you really want to find out what actually holds value in Emaar Beachfront. You know, in Emaar Beachfront, there were some pros and cons. So I already explained in my previous video. The design of the community is different, which is why some of the floor plans doesn't perform as much, but the floor plans which are actually directly facing towards the sea, especially the 2 beds, those are being traded at more than 4,500 to 4,700 dirham in the secondary market. So just to take an average, because all of the transactions which we are taking, even the bad floor plans, even the good floor plan, even the right floor range, you know, it ranges up to minimum, you know, close to 4,000 dirham price per square feet. But our main potential is not to buy anything that we can get in the Vida new launch. We will pick up the most specific floor plan, and then we can maximize our ROE until the handover time. So Rashid Yacht Marina, right? So this is an old data. So Rashid Yacht Marina is showing right now somewhere at 2,500, but let's just, you know, in today's market, if you were to take it, it's going minimum close to 4,000 dirham price per square feet. So the new launch is ranging from 3,700 to 3,800 price per square feet, so which makes a lot of sense because it's only branded residences on that location. And if we were to pick up the right floor plans in this specific launch of Vida, and it is facing towards the marina side of Rashid Yacht Marina, it will be a beautiful view. That kind of a view always holds value, because a lot of for a very long time people are waiting for this launch, because this is the most premium built inside this community. So this is basically a compiled data of just an idea to give you if you were buying more than 3 units. So I basically compiled one bedroom, 1 2 bedroom, and 3 2 bedrooms inside this bulk category. So right now the 4.5 is the average price. I have just taken 4.8 million as an average price to give you an idea. So this is what I want you to have a look on. This is what I want you to have focus on. So basically the 10% down payment will be 3.3 million for 4 units. Okay, 1 2 if you were considering 4.8 million worth of a 2 bed. I'm only imagining the best floor plan inside the building, superior sea-facing unit. I basically belong to the #1 agency of Emaar, so I always get priority on the units, and on the bulk I always get the super priority by the Emaar developers. So 10% down payment of these total units is basically 3.3 million, but you know, in the bulk booking you have to put down 20% plus DLD, so basically 24% of the total value of your deal structure to get the priority in the bulk category. So basically the deal structure is looking like, you know, similar to what I have put there. So the 10% down payment and then 10% another one with the DLD. I haven't added the DLD in this amount to, you know, just to give you a clarity on the amounts that you will be paying. So 3.3 million will be the down payment of total 4 units, and then the 1.67, if we include this with this, we will be paying in 2 months time or 1 month time. So Emaar will be taking 20%, you know, down payment within you know, a month time with the DLD. So basically this is the figure of 3.3 and 1.6 adding up to each other, and then you will be paying the first down payment amount. Then after that your next installment will be coming up in every 6 months. So basically next year the first quarter you will be paying first installment of 10%, and then 10% after 6 months of that. So this is the standard payment plan of Emaar, and then after 40% the whole payment plan will be construction linked. So you will be rest assured that your construction benchmark, if Emaar will reach, until then they cannot ask you for the installments. So for any kind of a bulk deal that I have done, I can explain you more, but just to give you an idea, I want to keep this video a little shorter. This is our sweet spot if we are buying to sell those kinds of property, because this is where we will start seeing minimum of 10% compounding appreciation on our asset. So we will start planning our strategy to resell those properties into the market. And this is a case study of, let's imagine right now that if you were to enter at the price per square feet of 3,800 to 4,000 dirham price per square feet, we will be selling these assets at, you know, more than 4,600 to 4,700, because these are the off-plan properties. As per the market of 3 years after, we will start seeing the price hike, because Emaar beachfront prices are also appreciating, they are not depreciating. The right floor plans with the right designs are always in demand, and they are increasing. As per the property portals, the 2 beds, the right floor plans are being sold at more than 6 million dirham, and right now you're securing your unit at minimum 4.6 till 4.8 million dirham. So you have a big room to sell these properties at your own price if you were to secure the right floor plans. So let's imagine a very conservative case. We are seeing a 40% capital appreciation. So until the handover, we have to pay this amount of 23,380,000. Our profit will be 6.680. So this is basically a short video in which I wanted to explain it to you, a bulk deal, how we can do a bulk deal in Emaar. I have done some bulk deals in the Valley as well. I have done some bulk deal in the previous launch of Marina Views in Rashid Johnson Marina. And in Valley, I have already shown results to my buyer in Eden because they have their assets have already jumped from 1.7 to more than 2.7 and 2.8 million dirhams. So in Emaar, the assets are always appreciating if you were to buy something unique or if you were to enter into the first phase of the master plan. So right now, I'm not giving you the very first phase of the master plan, but why I'm making this video is because the whole community of Rashid Johnson Marina, this is something very unique. And at this price point, something unique always makes sense. So yeah, thank you for watching. So next video, I will be making the complete detail of the project as well, but this is basically focused on one of my investors from US who was actually inquiring about buying a hotel. I think this is the best investment proposition, and if you were to bet with Emaar, you always win. I have never seen anyone lost with Emaar if they had the holding capacity. And you know, in Emaar properties, always there are either solid investors who have the holding capacity or the families who are actually looking for homes in Dubai. And this kind of a developer have the beautiful financial backing, as the statements, you can find it on the internet as well. Even if you were not to buy their assets right now, even if they are not able to sell their 100% inventory, they have the financial backing to deliver that project. And their whole payment plan structure is construction linked, so you are very much in a safer position. So this is the market leader you are investing with. This is the biggest developer you're investing with. So if you have further questions, you can contact me on my given number. And in the next video, we will start seeing more details because by tomorrow, I will be receiving all the details because tomorrow is the launch. So thank you for watching. This is Matlub Ahmed Khan on Bristol signing out.